Hello, my name is Daniel Garzon, and I'm gonna talk about my integration activity project. So basically, my project will talk about the political and social issues involving the FIFA organization and the World Cup event. Yeah. So to begin with, the research problem is uh, basically what is the image that the World Cup and FIFA are want to portray to the world, and versus the reality of uh, of events and of issues that, example, the FIFA corruption has created in the world, and it's in its own image, and what are the social and political issues that the World Cup really creates in the countries that host these international events. Um, this project is this topic is really interesting and really important for the social science because it involves a lot of aspects and topics of the social science. For example, mondialization. Mondialization, it's a topic that is very important because it involves a lot of countries and a lot of issues around the world. And the World Cup, it's a it's a topic that shows what mondialization is, uh, what how the countries interact with each other, how they do businesses, how the economic aspect of the World Cup and of FIFA works, and what are the issues that these two organizations create in the world, because it's a really big. I mean, FIFA it's a really big organization and it's an international organization, so it involves a lot of countries in the world, and it involves a lot of you know the government. So a lot of governments have a lot of interaction with this organization, and it involves a lot of economic facts and topics, because FIFA it's basically a company, and it gives a lot of sense of how the mondialization of how this company is showing the aspects of the mondialization. Yeah, uh, this project. Oh, sorry. Also, it's relevant for the social science because it gives a sense of how the this sport and how this sport is has involved so many so many important topics in human history, in human culture, in human aspects in life, in how it influence a lot of social and political aspects uh, around the countries that are involved in with this association. And for the conceptual framework methodology, oh sorry, my project will take form of a magazine or a blog. I'm not sure because there's been there's I have to think about it because there's been um, a lot of subjects that I need to consider. But these are the main forms that my project would take. That these are the form that my project will take. For the conceptual and framework method and methodology, So basically, the 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 political, the social, the uh, political science aspect in my project is very interesting and very important. So that will be a discipline that I will use from the social science, because it involves a lot of ideologies and a lot of debates of in the FIFA organization and in the World Cup. Also about the history, a lot of history of the FIFA organization and the World Cup. Basically, this is an important discipline that I'm gonna I'm gonna use for my project, because I mean soccer is been in is the this sport is been in human society for a long time, and it has developed in a big cultural and economical aspect in the world. FIFA is a really big corporation, that involves a lot of countries, and that involves a lot of countries and a lot of governments that are associated with this organization. So yeah, basically the history of the FIFA, it's really important in this project, because it will give the sense of what was the purpose and what was the image that this association wanted to give, and also how it developed in the social aspect of humanity, because uh, it's an international sport. So it involves a lot of cultures, a lot of ideologies. It has involved in a lot of um, a lot of oh my God, in a lot of issues concerning countries, and a lot of political issues that have been happening in the world. Um, yeah, for my difficulties, basically, my first difficulty is deciding and deciding the budget and the the main image of my project. So as I said before, I've been having decisions to take about doing a magazine or a blog, because it involves money. So I talk about this with my supervisor, and he told me, well, there's money involved in the construction of that project. Like if I do a magazine, I'm gonna have to pay to do the physical magazine, and also if I do a blog, I will also have to involve a little less money, but I'm gonna still involve money in the project, because all the all the all the organization and uh, the visual support can can cost money. So that will be my first difficulty. Also, for this, another difficulty is finding sources that can be trusted, because this topic has a lot of information, and there's a lot of sites, there's a lot of books, but the problem is finding the books that can be trusted. So that would be another difficulty. Um, Another difficulty can also be the 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 organization of the project, because there's a lot of information. As I said before, there's a lot of information, there's a lot of topics involved in this subject. So I really need to organize this to have enough of information, or to have or to organize it as a whole, to not get lost during my project. Another difficulty will be if I want to do a survey. I will have to choose. I will have to very consider who are gonna be the people that I'm gonna question, and it's really problematic because not everybody knows about this information of the FIFA corruption, and it gives a lot of there's a lot of ideologies involved in this subject. So I will have to really concentrate in an aspect of this subject if I want to do a survey. So yeah, basically this is my project, and I hope you will like it. I will do my best to finish this project with good quality of language and visual image. So yeah, thank you very much.